Hare Krishna. I'll be speaking about Vasudeva Datta Thakur. Vraje sthitao gaya khao yau, madhukanta madhuvratao, mukunda vasudevao tau, jatao gauranga gaya khao. In Vraja, there were two singers named Madhukanta and Madhuvrata. They appeared in Chaitanya Leela as Mukund and Vasudeva Datta, who were singers in the society of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as in the Gaur Ganodesh Dipika 140. Sri Vasudeva Datta was born in Chittagong district of modern Bangladesh, in the village of Chanhara, which is under the jurisdiction of the police station named Patia. This village is situated 10 kosas or about 20 miles from the village of Mekhala, where Pundarik Vidyanidhi made his home. Mahaprabhu's associate Mukund Dutt was Vasudeva Dutt's brother. In the book Prem Vilasa, it is said that Vasudeva was the older of the two, and that they both were born in an Ambashtha family. In the district of Chittagong, there is a village named Chakrashala, where lives a respectable family of Ambashtha physicians named Datta. Two great devotees named Mukund Dutt and Vasudeva Dutt were born into this family. Both Vasudeva the older and Mukund the younger came to Navadvip to live. Vasudeva Datta Thakur had a beautiful voice and was also well versed in the Sangeet Shastra. He was one of the chief associates of Mahaprabhu, participating in Sankirtan in the home of Srivas and the streets of Navadvip. Mahaprabhu enjoyed his association because of his Vaishnav qualities. Vasudeva Dutt is a respectable servant of the Lord. 1,000 tongues are insufficient to sing his glories, as in the Chaitanya Charitamrita 1.10.41. Mahaprabhu said, "Even though Mukund has been my companion since childhood, I get ever more pleasure when I see you," as in the Chaitanya Charitamrita 2.11.138. Vasudeva had a particularly close friendship with Srivas Pandit and Shivananda Sen. He lived near Kumarahat and Kancharapara, which were the homes of these two great associates of the Lord. Vasudeva was very generous by nature. Never thinking of himself, he spent his money liberally for others. Mahaprabhu saw this and asked Shivanand Sen to become his sarkil and supervise his affairs. Vasudeva's compassion. Vasudeva was so distressed by the suffering of the living beings that he was ready to accept their sins and suffer in hell, and he prayed emotionally to Mahaprabhu for such a boon. "My Lord, you have appeared in this world to save it, so please accept my prayer. You are omnipotent and all-merciful. So if you agree to fulfill my request, it can be easily done. When I see the suffering of the world, my heart is torn apart. So I ask you, Lord, give their sins to me. I will take their sins and suffer in hell on their behalf. But please deliver them from their material disease," as in the Chaitanya Charitamrita 2.15.160 to 163. He wished to take the sins of every single living being and suffer in hell in their place, so that they could be liberated, as in the Chaitanya Charitamrita 1.10.42. When Mahaprabhu heard this emotional plea on behalf of the living beings of the world, he said to Vasudeva, "You have desired the liberation of all the living beings in the entire universe, so it will be. They will be saved without having to suffer the consequences of their sins. Krishna is not incapable of doing it. He has all powers. So why should he make you suffer for their sins?" Those whose welfare you desire will all become Vaishnavas, and Krishna removes the sin of all those who are Vaishnavas. As in the Chaitanya Charitamrita 2.15.167 to 169. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur writes in his Anubhashya to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Western world, Christians believe that only their Guru, Jesus Christ, appeared in this world out of a desire to suffer on behalf of the people of the world by accepting their sins. But here, we see that amongst Mahaprabhu's associates, Vasudeva Datta Thakur, like Haridas Thakur, showed a compassion millions of times greater and more generous, as he was willing to suffer in the place of all creatures in the universe. By so doing, he taught the world the unlimited nature of a Vaishnava's selfless love. Raghunath Das Goswami's Diksha Guru, Yadunandan Acharya, was blessed by Vasudeva Datta. The author of Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur, was born in Mamgachi in Modadrumadweep, 1 mile from Purvasthali station on the Howrah-Katwa line of the Eastern Railway. Vasudeva Datta consecrated the worship of the Madan Gopal deity that is still being worshipped at this site. We can see just how dear Vasudeva Datta was to Mahaprabhu by the Lord's statements made when he was visiting Srivas Pandit's house in Kumarahatta. Gaurachandra repeated again and again, "This body of mine belongs to Vasudeva. If he wants to sell me, I allow myself to be sold. I will not do otherwise. I announce this truth to all of you. If someone has even come into the briefest contact with Vasudeva Datta, he will be protected by Krishna. Listen, all you Vaishnavas, I tell you the truth. This body of mine belongs to Vasudeva alone." As in the Chaitanya Bhagavat 3.5.27 to 30. As excerpted from Sri Chaitanya, His Life and Associates by Srila Bhakti Ballabh Tirtha Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna.